Welcome back to the achievement maxing series, where we're trying to get all the achievements in the game on a fresh account. It's been a little while since my last video, and that's mainly because streaming has taken up a lot of my time recently. I basically streamed every single day in January on Twitch, which means that we have made a lot of progress in this challenge. Since the last video, which was released over a month ago, we have made a gigantic leap in the achievement points, going from around 4k points over to 11k points during this month. And that's what I'm gonna recap in this episode. I'm also planning to release more videos going forward, but if you want a quicker update on what I'm working on during February, feel free to ask me while I'm live on my stream. And speaking of streaming, if you're watching this around the time this video goes live, I'm currently streaming live on Twitch, so feel free to stop by and say hi. With that out of the way, let's start by looking at the areas that I've been farming basically every single day. In the last video I only had a few achievements left in the Molten Front, and a few weeks into January I completed every single achievement available in that area, which earned me the Flamebreaker title. I got a lot of help from the stream here, especially when a viewer found the last NPC I needed for the Have We Met achievement, which is probably one of the most RNG heavy achievements in the game. One of the required NPCs is also only available to one faction, which makes it even harder to complete nowadays when there's barely anyone farming here. Moving over to the Argent tournament, I've now completed every achievement in this hub as well. Compared to the Molten Front, this one is less RNG based and a bit more grindy. There's still a few mounts and toys left for me to collect, but I'll probably focus on those later if I end up struggling to reach 600 mounts for the achievement. One of the achievements in the Argent tournament category is the Quell the Lark achievement. I don't really know why it's placed in this category. The only real connection is that one of the quests is kinda close to the area. But either way, we completed it as well, which gave me the achievement and a cool looking sword. This is probably one of my favorite quest lines in the game. It starts with the Battered Hilt, which has a very low drop chance from the Ice Crown dungeons. I've been checking the auction house for a very long time without any luck, but fortunately one of my viewers had a spare. I gave him 32k gold, which was the current market value for the item according to the TSM add-on. During the streams I've been trying to complete at least one zone per day for a Lore Master achievement, and so far we have completed all the zones in Kalimdor, which means that we are 1/10 of the way there. We're also done with half of the Eastern Kingdom zones. The zones here are pretty fast to complete, but we ran into a problem when we did the Ghostland questing. Ever since the Midnight pre-patch came out, the map doesn't work in this zone. This meant that we have to raw dog all the quests here since we could not see the quest objectives, which almost drove me insane. But eventually we got this one done as well. During the questing we also got the 3000 quest achievement, which gave me the Seeker title. To help with my achievement progress, I also created a few new characters. In addition to my High Mountain Tauren, I made a Nightborn Mage, which I named Arcane Maxer, a Maghar Monk, which I named China Maxer, and a Blood Elf Paladin named Gunnar Maxer. I leveled the Mage and the Monk normally and earned the achievement for reaching level 50 with an allied race. The Paladin, however, I boosted straight to level 80 using the free boost I got from buying Midnight. Boosting a character apparently gives you a lot of stuff. I gained roughly 200 achievement points worth of achievement just by the boost alone. And it also unlocked all the War Within reputation, zone achievements and exploration achievements, which is pretty good. And since the boost comes for free with the base edition of the game, I think it's ethical for this challenge to use it. The main reason I wanted to boost aside from the achievements was to unlock the max level delves. I needed to access those for a few different reasons, one of which I will talk about later in the video. And the other reason is because delves have a lot of achievements in them that I wanted to start doing. I also wanted to start chipping away at the Delve Infinite achievement, which requires you to complete 1000 delves. And right now we're a bit over 1% done with this one. I think the plan moving forward is to do a lot of the current content delves when Midnight launches, so we can start chipping away on this achievement. Moving on. In the last video I said I was gonna start with the Burning Crusade dungeons and the raids, and that's what I did. So I got all the achievements for all the Burning Crusade raids and dungeons, and since this was pretty early on in the month, I completed all of the raids every week during January. And so far, we are close to Exalted with every single raid right now. And we've gotten the achievement for collecting the full armor set for the Sunwell Plateau and the Black Temple so far. And we're also making steady progress on all the other ones as well. Speaking of Black Temple, when we killed Illidan for the second time, one of the Warglaives actually dropped. But I had to give it away to someone who wanted it more than me. It's a really good thing for him that I don't count feat of strength in this challenge. Otherwise I would have run away with it straight away. Unlucky man.
What? Yo boys! What? Are you kidding me, man?
Burning Crusade raids and dungeons were not the only thing I did. A few weeks ago I also decided to start clearing Wrath of the Lich King dungeons and raids. And we're currently sitting at 82 out of 82 of all of the dungeon achievements in the Wrath of the Lich King. Which means that we have gotten the red Proto-Drake from the Glory of the Hero achievement. This was Blizzard's first attempt at making a meta achievement, and it really shows. Because literally every single one of the achievements in the Glory of the Hero is basically just to kill the boss very fast. With literally only like 3 to 4 exceptions, where you actually had to do something else. There are a few dungeon achievements outside of the Glory of the Hero that are a bit harder to do, like the Share the Love achievement, where each player has to get hit by Impale, which is an ability that Galdara, the last boss in Gundarak, does. This achievement requires a full group of 5 players, and due to some scaling issues, the boss would miss every time he would impale someone. So to fix this, we basically had to take off all our gear, face away from the boss, and spam the sit button, which make it so the boss can't miss an attack. We also had to get the boss to 50% health. So some players in the group were a bit lower level and could attack the boss without doing a trillion damage in one hit. Eventually, after a while, everyone got impaled and we got the achievement. Another one of the harder achievements is the Soul Power achievement, where we need to kill Brojam in the Forge of Souls dungeon while having 4 corrupted soul fragments up at the same time. The fragments move slowly to the boss, and if they reach him, they disappear. This achievement requires at least 2 players, because Brojam only casts the soul fragments at the player that doesn't have aggro. This achievement took around 40 minutes to do, because it was kinda hard to figure out how to kite the boss. Also, every time he uses an ability, he stands still, which makes it very hard to plan out an optimal path for the boss. But eventually, we got it. I think now I'm gonna kill him. Yes, we got this. Nice, boys, we got it.
Let's go! Let's fucking go, boys! Holy fuck, so fucking easy, man. Let's fucking go, man. Holy fuck, man. Oh my god, bro.
By the way, while doing the Halls of Reflection dungeon, a battered hilt actually dropped, which is really insane.
Wow. Yo, boys! Boys. What? Boys! What? What? Well, fuck, I fell down.
I later sold this to a viewer for the same price that I bought it for before. So I think this was a pretty good deal. When it comes to the Wrath of the Lich King raids, it tells a similar story. Getting Glory of the Naxxramas Raider, 10 and 25 player, you literally just have to kill the bosses and you get the achievement. There isn't a single other thing you have to do to get the achievement, so we managed to get both of the Naxxramas meta achievements pretty easily. Which, by the way, gives you a lot of achievement points. Like, just killing the bosses gives you 100 points, not counting boss specific achievements. Going from extremely easy to a lot harder. We have Uldar, which Blizzard changed a few years back to only have a single difficulty. Now, some of the Uldar achievements are actually kinda hard, and a lot of them still require multiple players. Even on the first boss, we needed 2 players to complete one of the achievements that require you to get shot up on top of the boss and kill a turret. Which, by the way, right now disconnects you from the game in the current patch. Luckily, the turret can be targeted by players on the ground after you engage it on top of the boss, so we got this one done as well. For another achievement, we needed a priest to mind control an ad while fighting for him, so he would give us a certain buff that had to be up when killing the boss. And for the achievement called Supermassive, I had to close 3 black holes in the Algalon boss fight in under 10 seconds, which I was able to solo by doing some parkour. Doing all the achievements in Ulduar, I got the Ironbound and Rusted Protodrakes. Another raid that also requires multiple people for its achievement is the Trial of the Crusader raid, in which we need a minimum of 4 different players for the first achievement called Upper Back Pain, in which we need the first boss to throw snowballs at all the players before we can kill him. We only got this on 25 player mode, so we have to come back here later on to do it on 10 man as well. For the last raid, Icecrown Citadel, the achievements were pretty easy to do, and all of them are soloable in both 10 and 25 player mode. During this raid, I was gonna try and be smart and do the Shadowmourne questline at the same time, so I can get some cool rewards. And doing all the parts up to the Unholy Infusion went great, but apparently since the pre-patch, the Unholy Infusion is currently bugged, and you cannot complete it at all. And as of the time of making this video, it's still bugged unfortunately. So Blizzard, please fix. Moving on. You're probably wondering how I can move around so fast. I'm currently, as of making this video, at 153% passive movement speed as a Fury Warrior. And that's due to the fact that I have a speed set, which a viewer of mine suggested that I get. I started with farming up 3 different Azerite pieces that have the Long Strider passive on them, which gives you movement speed based on your primary stat. To get all of these, I had to run the Underrot and Tolgador dungeons, and also the Battle for Dasal Allure raid to get all the Azerite pieces I needed. Fortunately, I was very lucky and got all of the things very fast. I then enchanted minor speed on a pair of boots, which gives me 10% increased movement speed. And lastly, I got a trinket with a lot of speed from doing a high level delve. I got a lot of help from Gron, a viewer of mine, to clear the higher level ones as well. This really made it a lot faster to farm old content dungeons and raids. Dark Kuno, who is usually around in my streams, has made over a 10-page document on speed sets for every class, so feel free to ask him for a copy in the stream chat, since it was his guide I followed. A few miscellaneous things that I got done as well. I went over to Dalaran and bought the Traveler's Thundra Mammoth for 18,000 gold, so I can finally repair and sell without having to find a vendor. Then I also bought all the other stuff from the same vendor, like the Armored Brown Bear, which also gave me an achievement. Besides that, I bought the Kirin Tor ring when I was here, which gave me an achievement, although I just resold it to the vendor to get my gold back right after. In my very first video in this challenge, I also talked about the achievements A Bunch of Lunch and Gone Fishing. Well, these achievements are now completed. The fishing achievement was a bit easier because I had some bad RNG on the cooking one, so that one took a bit longer. Speaking of professions, we have done a lot of things here as well. We currently have 7 out of 11 of the professions up to skill point 300 in the classic category. So we are really close to getting the classic Master of All achievement. But I still need to level 1 more character that I can have engineering and Yule crafting on, because all my other characters already have professions. Our progress on the secondary professions are also going great. I have reached 300 fishing skill points on my main warrior, and right now we're only missing 2 fishing achievements in the classic category. Both of them being kinda hard to get because we have to fish up the Old Crafty and Old Iron Jaw in Orgrimmar and Ironforge. So I'll probably get those over time or when I'm bored in WoW. By the way, I also did the Booty Bay fishing event, which gave me these cool boots that can teleport me to Booty Bay every 24 hours. I don't know if the fishing event is bugged, because I was 2 minutes late to it and I got ganked 2 times, but I still got the achievement, which is pretty nice I guess, so I'm not complaining. We also got Archaeology up to 300 skill points, and we are completely done with the Night Elf artifacts. We just need the Dwarf and the Troll ones in the Eastern Kingdoms. World of Warcraft Archaeology is not the most fun thing to watch, so we put on some real life archaeology at the same time to watch, which made it a bit more fun to do. I also tried to put on some Subway Surfer gameplay in the background to see if it was easier to focus, but that only helped my ADHD brain a little bit. If you watch the stream, you probably know one achievement that I have been trying to get for over a month now, namely the Seething Flame of Hatred. for crafting the Hakari Blades Reborn. The pattern for this is really expensive, so I wanted to get it for myself. So after running Sulgarub on basically all my characters every day in January and opening probably over 250 tribute chests, it finally happened. We got the fucking Blood Herald, fuck man. Oh, it dropped! What? It dropped, boys! Holy fuck! It dropped! Holy shit, boys! We got the thing! Oh my god, man! Holy fuck! Oh my god, it fucking dropped. I did not even realize it. I thought it was something else, man. Are you kidding me, man? Holy. Being glad I never had to go back to Sulgarub, I went over to Orgrimmar and tried crafting the weapons, before realizing you had to actually do this inside of the CG dungeon. So I went back there and finally got the achievement. Moving on. During January, I've also gotten a lot of reputations, and I currently have 40 reputations at Exalted. We got to Exalted with all the Horde factions, which gave me the Ambassador achievement, along with all the rep mounts for each faction. During the Burning Crusade time walking event, I also decided to farm the Shatari Skyguard reputation, which went by pretty quickly with the 50% rep buff. This also gave me all the Netherray mounts and a cool pet. The only thing that I have left here is the bombing achievement, but I will come back to that later on. I also decided to farm the Sandalari Warbringers in Pandaria. First, mainly for the mounts, but they also dropped rep tokens for 4 different reputations. The rep tokens gives you a lot of reputations currently, so I managed to get to Exalted with all 4 of them after a few kills. I was also able to buy all the mounts that you get for reaching Exalted, so in total that's 8 mounts. Plus I also got all of the Sandalari Warbringer mounts after doing this almost every day during January. During the Wrath time walking event, we also went over to Solarshard Basin in Northrend to complete the Oracle's questline. Because if you get to Revered with them, you can buy the green Protodrake egg, which has about a 3% chance to hatch into the green Protodrake after 3 days. During this time, the winds of Mysterious Fortunes were up, which gave me an extra 50% on top of the time walking buff. This resulted in me getting around 67k rep in a single go and took me all the way up to Revered. This usually takes a few weeks to do, but we got it in a single day, which was pretty nice. Changing gears a bit, we move over to the Darkmoon Faire, where I've also managed to complete every single achievement, as well as getting to Exalted with the Darkmoon Faire reputation. During my stream, we got together a team of 15 people to try and complete the Perfect Performance achievement, which is currently the hardest achievement at the fair. It requires a minimum of 4 players, but it gets easier if you have more players because they act as a redundancy if someone messes up, which I actually did during this one. You get this achievement by having at least 4 different players get one of the band roles assigned to them during the Blight Boar concert in the Darkmoon Faire. And you do this by avoiding or getting hit by the bolts of light on the ground or the Banshee Veils. For example, a minimum of 1 player has to avoid all the Banshee Veils and get hit by every bolt of light on the ground, while another player needs to get hit by at least 1 Banshee Veil and stand in at least 2 bolts of light. By doing this, they will get assigned a specific band role after the show, and we needed all 4 band roles assigned in a single show. Thankfully, we managed to get this one. A lot of you might already have this achievement if you played during Legion, because there were usually 40-man groups doing this all the time, which made it so a lot of people accidentally got this achievement. Blizzard finally fixed the racing games at the fair as well, which was bugged the first time I tried to do them. Some of these were actually quite hard, but I managed to get them eventually. So yeah guys, every single achievement is currently completed at the Darkmoon Faire. Moving on. We've also done quite a bit of PvP, and besides killing a bunch of clankers in the Arathi Basin during Comstomp, we also managed to get together a team to defeat the Alliance faction leaders, which gives us the For the Horde achievement. This was actually quite easy to do. We only wiped once on Tyralion because we didn't have a tank or a healer, and because some Alliance players came over and killed us. But besides that, we got it done in an hour or so. Then we did some kill trading, where we sacrificed Salkes over and over again so we could get the Wrath of the Horde achievement for killing 5 Alliance players in every city, and the City Defender achievement for killing 50 players in our own capital cities. Besides that, I've gotten a lot of different battleground achievements that I will put on the screen right now. The progress on the honor level grind has been a bit slow recently, so we're gonna have to pick up the speed on that later on as well. We're currently at honor level 14. Another PvP achievement that we also completed was the Guribashi Arena one, for looting the chest 12 different times, which gave me the Guribashi Arena Grandmaster trinket, and an achievement as well for doing it. There were not many players here, so this was pretty easy to do. And I also got a bit of help from a few viewers to realm hop me between realms so I could loot the chest again. Now, moving on to pet battles. In this area, we have actually done quite a lot of stuff. First things first, we've almost completed the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor Safari achievement. This requires you to catch every pet on these continents. And the only ones missing are the Restless Shadeling, which only spawns during the early mornings. So this one might be the hardest one for me, since my sleep schedule is pretty degenerate. And also the Kirashi Guardling, which only spawns during summer. We are now up to 300 unique pets in total, and since we have started to get a lot of pets, I decided to start working on all the pet battle dungeons as well. And so far they have been pretty easy to do. There is a website called Few that I use currently, and it basically tells you exactly what I need to do to finish the dungeon. So as long as I have the right pets, the dungeons are basically guaranteed to be completed. As of making this video, we have completed the Wailing Caverns and the Dead Mines on challenge mode pet battle difficulty. I've been slacking a bit on the PvP pet battles, so we haven't done that many since the last video, but we're now up to 476 regular pet battle wins. Earlier on in this series, we made a community in-game that we called Achievement Maxing, and we're now up to over 100 members as of this current moment. Besides a community, we also made a guild, which we named Reindeer Kebab, which is what renskav is if you translate it from Swedish to English. Everyone is free to join this one as well. You can be on both factions, as long as you are on the European realms. We're gonna do some guild achievement maxing later on as well. Boys, before I wrap up this video, I just wanna say a huge thanks for watching the YouTube videos and being part of the streams. This series has gained a lot more traction than I expected, so I just want to say thanks to everyone. February is gonna be a huge month. I'm planning on streaming basically every single day moving forward, and we have a lot of content coming up. Thank you for watching again, boys. See you later, and please like, comment and subscribe.